Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. GoodTimesWithScar here, bringing you a brand new season of StudTech, and we're here in Scott Valley, where we are going to build some super awesome new projects, all themed to the Wild West. So let's get this brand new season underway. All right, and welcome back to StudTech, and it's always great to have you here for a new season, and we're on a new world with new possibilities and all sorts of amazing new mods all loaded up and ready to go. We're also running the Seuss shaders, which absolutely look amazing here in Scott Valley. What do you guys think of Scott Valley? I think this area is absolutely beautiful, and we're going to do some massive terraforming down there to create a Wild West town. And up here, to get things started, we are going to build a Wild West fort to get ourselves started here. And within the Wild West fort walls, we're going to have all sorts of little buildings and things for Tinker's Construct and lots of different mods to get us started on all of our projects. And it's really exciting to be back finally. And I wanted to give a big shout out to Lavaris and the Minecrafting Dad for helping us set up the new server, getting the mod pack all situated. So I would love it if you guys went over to their links in the description and shared a little Scar love, because it was really nice of them to, volunteer their time and their space on their server to get us all situated and ready to go. So yeah, big thank you to them. Big thank you. All right, so let's get started over here. And as you can see, I've done some laying out and some terraforming to get things kind of situated how we want them. So what I've got situated here is a big gate door right in the center here. So this, from this block, all the way over here is 9 blocks. So organize that into a layout like so. And then take another block, stagger it one back, and then bring that all the way 20 blocks to there. And that's kind of our layout. So first things first, we're going to get this thing rolling. We're going to start to get a basic layout of the walls that will surround the old Wild West fort, which is super cool. I've wanted to build a Wild West themed, an old Western village or town or something along those lines for a very long time. Red Dead Redemption was one of my all-time favorite games, and I also love Frontierland and Disneyland. Kind of a neglected land of late, but still an amazing land nevertheless. There we go, beautiful. And then let's see, let me drop this block here, and then let me scoot that back one and go like that. So the theme of the tower, which is going to go in this zone right here, is going to kind of be from this block all the way to here. So we just got to make sure we just situate this in the right orientation just to make sure. All right, so we're going to leave it at that. We're going to leave it at that for now. And of course, from that block all the way over there was 20. Now let's do this side over here. Make sure this is all lined up, because it's very important that this gets lined up correctly. So we're just going to do that and make sure everything gets all situated perfect. So on these walls, I haven't quite decided exactly how high I want to make them, so we'll kind of play that by ear as we kind of move along here. So once we get this kind of situated and we have this, all the dimensions are right, because the front is the most important, because this is where we're going to build the towers and some walkways along the wall, where we're going to put some Old West guns and cannons. Yes, you heard me right. We're going to have cannons, all sorts of other great stuff up there. There we go. And we're going to remove that block and place that right there. And then swoop over here real quick. And then let's see. You know what I've been thinking about? What if it was like that? Maybe that's actually how we did it on the other side. So something like that. Because then from over here, we can drop that block there. And then let's see, that's 3. That makes 3 over across there. We could swoop on over here, do something like that. And there we go. That's our tower design. Perfect. I was not exactly sure how that was going to orient, but I think that's a good solution. So as you can see how we did that from this block, and then we did oak, dark oak like that, made a perfect little circle like that. Looking super beautiful. All right, so give me 1 second now. Let me kind of swoop this all around here. And of course, from that block over there, this is 40. So give me 1 second. Let me kind of finish this all up, and I'll be right back. All right, and welcome back. And look at that beautiful, beautiful sunrise over our little Wild West fort, looking super snazzy, and everything's coming out pretty good. We've got this area all loaded up and ready to go, and it's really starting to come together. Now, the particular design here, as you remember, we came up to about around 20 blocks. Now, this isn't really mission critical that you have all the dimensions perfect, because it's really, you can kind of, size it up to however you find, with your resources, your particular space that you're building within. It's just important to kind of line up these blocks how we had it. So you bring your oak logs to about here, you stop, and then, paste these out how they are lined up here so that you can build a tower. Now, you could place a dark oak block here. That's kind of personal preference if you want or not. It doesn't matter, but for my own build here, I decided not to, and then also to bring that out to about 40 blocks. Now, I might move that back depending, and I haven't decided exactly what tower design I want to do back there. I don't want to have just repeated towers around here. I might do one single bigger tower in there, maybe in the center. I haven't quite decided on that, but before we get started with the rest of the build here, I got to show you guys this. Look at this. Look at Bob the Building Creeper Inspector statue. Now this is almost like a building permit. You place this next to your boxes and Bob won't bother you. It's really nice. It's really coming in handy. All right, so let's head on over to our gate over here, and then we will start to kind of work on this zone over here. All right, so we're going to start over here. Now my thoughts are we're going to start to kind of line these pieces up like this. Kind of get these ones lined up, and then we're going to do a pass by with the dark oak. So we'll just kind of line up the interior poles like this. Now we want these all to be staggered. So we're going to bring these up to about there like that, and then kind of fill these in as we kind of move along. There we go, looking super snazzy. So of course, this is the Wild West. Things aren't, all symmetrical and fancy. They're rough and they're tumble. So we want to make sure that, nothing's all refined and polished within the build. So that's why we're kind of staggering these. And then we were going to be using some other designs like these. Where are they? Where did you go? Where did you go? Oh, there you are. So we're going to do some of those slopes, and those are going to look really beautiful on top of these blocks to really give it like that feel like, there was a person out there, chopping these out with an axe, looking super snazzy. We're also going to come by and do another pass of detail on this side over here with some smaller logs, which are going to look really nice when they're done. I think they're going to look really cool. All right, well, that's looking good. And now, of course, at one point or another, we can always expand a little bit more on top of these. But I'm really excited about this build. I've wanted to build something in this theme for a very long time, like I was saying earlier. And it's exciting to finally have the inspiration and the particular mods and different things like that that will really make that possible, which is exciting. One of the aspects that I'm excited about is Scar's Horse Trading Emporium. Yes, that's right. We're going to have some type of horse haggling or something like that. Somebody, a member on the server. We've actually got quite a few new members on the servers now. We've got, I'll definitely get the official list soon for you guys and the list of mods and all that good stuff. But have some of the server members come by and, haggle for horses and stuff. I think that would be really fun. But yeah, we've got lots of new members this season. Some members I'm not going to announce yet because they haven't quite started, and they want to wait till there's it's a good time for them on their channel or something along those lines. So I won't announce everybody yet, but it's really exciting to have some new members on the server, and hopefully we'll see lots of new and different varieties of builds and stuff along those lines, and that's always exciting. But I want to hear from you. What your thoughts are would be cool for a Wild West town. So I'm thinking saloons, sheriff stations, sheriff jelly, jails, mercantiles, different things like that. But I want to hear from you guys. What stands out there for you that you're like, wow, I want to see that built? I think that would be like amazing. So definitely let me know as we kind of build along here, so I can start to kind of plan for the things that I know you guys are going to want to see. Well, there we go. We've got our first layer of detail loaded up and ready to go. So as we kind of refine the design, as we kind of go through here, we're going to swap these blocks. There we go. Perfect. So when you see something like lined up like that, maybe just knock it out, or maybe add an additional block right there to kind of, keep things from looking too symmetrical or even. Like I said before, we're going to take some other detail blocks and come out a little bit farther. We may even do a little cobblestone foundation along here, which might look cool, but it's a little outside of the theme a little bit. So we'll kind of figure out as we go along here. But yeah, so give me a couple more minutes here, and we'll continue to move these walls along, and then we'll get to our final detail phase. All right, and welcome back, and look at all the progress. I've had to make a couple trips over to my tree farm, but we're looking good. We're getting this thing all assembled. Now, one of the few things that I did change was I decided to kind of increase the size as it gets closer to the edges, just to give it a little extra design. We'll kind of continue to refine that to make it perfect. Another thing I found to make this a lot easier is just bring up all the logs to about 6, and then from there, decide where you want to place the blocks. Maybe right here, we just want to go down one like that. See how we do that? So much easier than the way I had it before. So this is a huge improvement over kind of getting this a little bit done faster. It even helps kind of line things up a little bit nicer. There we go. Oh, that's a scar mistake. Our very first scar mistake of StudTech. There we go. And then we can kind of just line these guys up like so, looking super fancy, and put blocks right there. And then for the gate over there, we're also going to have some really nice design there to really make the gate look nice. And then over here, we'll have a cool little deck that goes all along the walls. I'm still deciding what I want to do, if I do another tower over there, tower, 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 or just do towers right here. So kind of deciding what I want to do for that. I don't want to just repeat the pattern, but I think if I have different sized towers, then I don't know if that would look so great. But there we go. We've got that all assembled, and for the most part, it's looking good. Of course, there's areas for refinement, of course, to really get them all loaded up and ready to go how we want them. But for the most part, they're good. So let's actually take this moment here to get some of the smaller details loaded up. And look at the hat. Look at my hat. It's got an arrow through it, looking super snazzy, in my shadow down there. Ah, wonderful. I love it. I love messing around with the mods. So much fun. Okay, so let's stop over here real quick. And this would not have been possible without this axe. This iron lumber axe. Oh, it makes life so much easier. There we go. I'm going to grab all those, grab some of those guys, and grab that. Beautiful. And there we go. Okay, so if I can remember this recipe, which we seem to forget, but I should remember it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know me and recipes. If you remember from our live stream over the weekend, I had an armor stand incident. Yes, we did. We had an armor stand incident. I forgot the recipe, and there was fails all around. But you know what? I had some success in the live stream. I had some redstone success. So I did some redstone live, and it wasn't a complete disaster. So it was a huge plus. And it was actually a lot of fun, kind of, it wasn't anything complicated. We'll just make sure I put it that way. I don't want anybody to think I did anything special. That was not the case by any means. But it was nice because I'm awful at redstone, and I did something live, and it actually worked the first time. I was like, yeah, that's cool. All right, so first thing we're going to do here is we're heading on up. We're heading on up. So we're going to go all the way to the top here. Now, I experimented just a little bit with this, okay? So I need to find an easier way of doing this. That's how you do it. You just shift click and it goes like this. This changes everything. This just changed my life. I was about to say, okay, guys, we're going to have to do this for the next 20 minutes. That just changed my life. That did. I can't even believe it. Yeah, how did I not know that? How did I not? How did I not know that? I had to have known that. But anyway, it looks pretty cool. So what we'll do is we're going to have all those little sharp pointy tops on those blocks up there. And really cool, and gives it that feel like, it's been chopped out with an axe, Somebody, axed that all out of there all manually by hand, looking super snazzy. Now, this is what I've been trying to experiment with. What color looks good? Now, when you chop a tree, the tree usually has, a real kind of whitish interior. Well, most trees, generally, trees, especially kind of like the trees that we're kind of modeling this after, kind of have that inside their trunk, kind of a maple-ish color. So I was kind of experimenting with birch, but I found that it was just a little overpowering. That really, oops, oh no, we lost it. Okay, that's going to be a bit of a pain when I need the scaffold. No, it is going to be a problem. So we're going to have to move that and then hold that separate so we don't change our blocks that we have. But anyway, like I was saying, trying to get that to look like that color, of a freshly chopped out tree. But then I was thinking, this fort's been here for a while. It's been here for a little while. So most likely that the log had dried out, and then it has kind of this kind of dried out tannish look. So I think the oak is the best color for our design here. Now this is really tough to kind of walk on, but there we go. Beautiful. And of course we need to switch that back over. There we go. I wish I could lock that or something. That needs to be scar safe, like child-proof safety. We need to make that scar safe so it doesn't mess it up anymore. Ah, there we go. But anyway, this is going to look fantastic. And then once we get the towers built up here, oh man, this is going to be cool. Really cool kind of survival modded base. Even if you're following along in vanilla, oh, what in the world just happened? If you're following along in vanilla, you can do this too. Use some creativity, kind of get around maybe some of the areas that I will be using mods for. And I'm sure you can make something amazing in vanilla. We should all try that. I should try it too. Maybe even a live stream we'll try it too. But yeah, definitely if you are doing this with mods like we're using, definitely follow along. I'd love to see some pictures of your progress on Twitter. And then of course, if you're doing this on vanilla, definitely let me know, because for the most part, yeah, the mods are going to provide some other details. But for the most part, the basic shapes of this build all can be done within vanilla and still look really nice. There we go. And then we're just going to kind of continue this on, add all these up here. They're going to all look super fancy, and then we'll add those final intricate designs at the end there, and I'll see you in just a couple minutes. All right, and welcome back. And as you can see, our fort is really coming together. Now, we need a really cool name for this fort, so help me start coming up with some cool names for it. And as you can see, we've got our little poker tops on there looking super snazzy, coming together really nice. And one thing I found to make things a lot easier is just running a simple row of scaffolding around the perimeter makes placing the little poker tops much easier. And yeah, this thing has really come together. Soon we're going to have really cool towers with cannons in them. We're going to have a little walkways running along the sides, and then within here, our modded survival base where we'll have all of our tinkers and other tools and resources and supplies will be all arranged in here, looking super fancy with a cool little gate. And yeah, so that is our first phase of our Wild West building. And I can't thank you guys enough for stopping by, watching our first episode of StudTech, and hopefully you're looking forward to now seeing all sorts of fun and exciting new builds coming from this canyon area, which I'm really excited about, and we have so many possibilities for building within it. And yeah, well guys, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe the video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter.